This is the 2021 Nissan Patrol Super Safari, an SUV that the Middle East loves to whom. After its drop in 2014, it's come back with a much better look, and stay tuned to find out more. And we have not bought only one but two different Patrols. This is the 2021 Nissan Patrol Super Safari. This is the 2013 Nissan Patrol Safari. This particular version of the Patrol is codenamed the Y61, and it has already been ongoing for more than 10 years, and the Middle East is still one of the biggest markets for the Patrol. Now, running out of fuel in a place like this hurts. Say hello to the sub-fuel tank. Driving range can be increased just by the click of a button on the instrument panel. So you click the sub-fuel tank button, and what it does is that it increases the driving range, and the meter displays fuel levels, and also a self-diagnostic system assures the safe transfer of fuel from sub-tank to the main tank. And also the fuel outlets have two separate lids, one for the sub-tank and for the main tank. Again, that's a Patrol unique feature, and it's very useful when you're venturing out on a trail. Off-road wise, it has a winch which is optional. The suspensions are factory fitted, incorporating telescopic shock absorbers and a torsion bar. The rear differential lock allows you to escape from mud and sand easily by distributing torque evenly to the rear wheels. A pintle hook for recoveries, high angle of stability, improved gradability, and the large approach, departure, and the ramp clearance angles is definitely what makes this Super Safari capable. So now let's talk about the exterior design cues which is going on here on the new Patrol Safari. So straight away, it's the exact same look, and this is what you can expect a station wagon to look like. In the front, well, we get this smoked headlamps over here, which is very cool, and you also get this fog lamp units down here. On the side, it comes with the distinctive body graphics like the Super Safari badging over here, and the doors, well, they're lighter than a piece of paper. I mean, it's just not, very heavy like how you expect a normal car. It's actually quite lightweight, and you also get this side step on the side to get into the vehicle, so it's very useful as this car is quite high off the ground. Here we get these machine cut alloy rims, and they have these Bridgestone Dueler tires on them, and I think it looks pretty good, but I personally prefer the original Safari rims. We get this dual tone body color finish, which is actually unique to the Patrol Super Safari. So you can choose it in a multitude of ways, like you can choose the white and gold, the white and black, the white and grey, or you can choose the black and grey. So there's a lot of color combinations you can do with the dual tone body finish. Down here we get this 4 numbers, 4800 VTC. So you might have always wondered, what does this 4800 VTC mean? Well, this number is what explains the honing, this, and much more. Under the hood is a 4.8 litre inline 6-cylinder engine pumping out 280 horsepower and 451 Newton meters of torque. And that is what really counts. That is what you're paying for. Now, answering the previous question. The engine is a 24-valve engine, and it produces this specific output of horsepower at 4800 RPM. So is the number. VTC stands for valve timing control. And what that means is that it ensures the maximum engine potential, performance, and torque from that inline 6-cylinder engine. So on the rear profile, well, let's start with the basic things. So first of all, we get this ginormous spare wheel with the Super Safari badging, and this again mentioned as a feature in the brochure. And as you can straight away notice, it's a double back door setup, so we can open the boot by the small latch over here. So it has this first barn door design actually, which is quite old right now, but yeah. So this is what it is. And in the rear, well, we get ample amount of space for keeping luggage. It's not very small, it's decently huge. And what we're seeing over here is the third row seats, which can be folded down. And you also get this roadside safety assistance kit from Nissan. If you're sitting inside and you want to come out, there is a small buckle that you can pull over here, and by pulling this buckle you can exit out of the vehicle. Get the Nissan logo over here, the Patrol badging over there, and a Super Safari emblem over here, and also the AwR badge, which is of course the dealership. And down here we get the pintle hook, and we also get this small cladding over here, with which you could probably climb onto the car like that. And here we get these chunky rear lights, same as the old generation Patrol, nothing different going on here. You get rear fog lamps, which is useful for foggy weather, off-road driving of course. And here on the top we get something which is pretty funny, I guess. So it's written over here with a caution saying, do not use an automatic car washer, do not grasp onto the rear spoiler. Now this is the rear spoiler that you have on a Super Safari. The second point seems logical, but the first one is kind of what we do every day when we want to wash a car, right? We just drive up to a petrol station and just get into that car wash, but you can't do it with the Patrol because it has this rear spoiler, so you got to wash the car manually. So first of all, we get this Super Safari badging over here, which looks nice. It has a nice titanium embossed finish on it. You have a small storage space up here where you can keep some things, and you also have a small tray over here where you can probably keep your phone in there. And you also have this nice marble kind of finish that goes on the dashboard, which is very nice. It looks pretty cool. Because the Patrol was relaunched in 2017, it does come with a few creature comforts. For example, you get a full leather tan interior, and it looks spectacular. I also get powered driver and passenger seats, which is another cool feature. And this new Super Safari comes with this new infotainment screen over here. It is not a system that you would find on the normal Nissan vehicles. It's something which is designed more specifically for the Nissan Patrol. It also has Apple CarPlay support, and you have the voice assistant or Siri button over here, and you can access, and this is the home menu. So it's not a very high-tech screen, but it definitely has the basic settings over here. So you can adjust the brightness using this switch over here, and it displays the time over there. And you have mobile link, video player, audio player, radio, and you can connect your phone via Bluetooth. And so this system, one thing which I don't like about it is, for example, you go to audio and you want to adjust the equalizer, and you click custom EQ. So generally on cars you'd have three main triggers. One is for the bass, treble, and your mid, but here you have all of these dials going on over here, which I don't think a regular person who needs to adjust an audio setting requires these many dials. I mean, it's a good thing, but then it's just not required, and it's kind of a little bit on the complicated side to use. You click home, and you can increase and decrease the volume using the switches over here. You have an aux port over there, and down here we get the AC controls. So and here you can adjust the AC modes using these dials over here. You can adjust the temperature using this dial over here. So it's of course a single zone manual climate control, and you can adjust the AC speed using this switch over here. Center we get this gear lever with this chrome finish over here, and you have obviously the park, reverse, neutral, drive, and the manual shift options over here. And here on the side we get this tray where we can keep some coins. For example, it has a 50 fill coin in there. And another special feature about the Nissan Patrol is its 4-wheel drive transfer case. Now the Nissan Patrol comes with a straight line transfer case in which you can shift from 2H to 4H during motion at speeds up to 40 km/h. It's really a feature that everyone wants in the off-road world, and you can directly just push it and shift it from 2H to 4H. So in the center over here we have 4 buttons. So this is for the tire pressure monitoring system. You can switch off vehicle dynamic control using the switch over here, VDC, or you can call it traction control, basically to let you have more fun in the desert. And here we have this custom switch for an ARB air compressor, which can be used to inflate the tires when you want to get back onto the road. So this is actually for switching on and off the parking sensor. So this actually switches it off by pressing this button. When you first step into the car, you're greeted by this analog dials. So you have the speedo over here, and you have the tacho over there. And this car has just done about 7,000 kilometers, so it's actually pretty brand new. So it displays the time down here. It's 10:08 right now, and the gear on which you are on. And here we get 2 fuel levels. One is for the sub tank, and you have the main tank fuel level. So the main tank is at about 3/4 right now, and you have also the sub fuel tank levels over there. And here on the top it displays the warnings. Right now we are in 4-wheel drive mode, that's why it shows this green icon over there. And also this car has a cool box in its central console, which can be activated using this switch, and you can also activate the rear cooler by pressing this switch. And you also have a cigarette lighter over here, which if you remove this unit, you can also get a 12-volt charging socket. You also get the switch for the diff lock over here. You get the window defogger buttons over here, and you also get the hazard switch over here. In the central console we get an ashtray over here. We get a small tray over here to keep some things, and here we get the central console box, and it has this Super Safari embossed on the leather, which is very nice, and it looks very cool. It's even there on these seats over here. You can see the Super Safari badging. And now let's open the cool box. So this is the cool box. It can be activated by pressing this switch, basically switch on the AC. So as you can see, there's a lot of wind coming out of it, so yeah, it's very nice. It keeps the bottles very cool, so it's especially useful for the Dubai weather. Now on the steering wheel we get the control for the cruise control on this side. We get the buttons for picking and dropping a call, and also the infotainment screen buttons on this side. And we get this basic and plain steering wheel. It comes with this nice marble finish over here, if you can see, which looks very nice. And this car doesn't come with the push button start. Instead you have this key over here. So this is the key that you get with the Nissan Patrol. It's basically a key that you get with the Sunny itself. You have this basic buttons, which is unlock and lock here at the rear. So let's just start up the car right now. Here on the top we have the switches for the sunroof. So sunroof comes in a manual flap, with which you can open like this, and then you can also click the button over here, with which you can open the sunroof. So this is actually for just open flap at the rear. You can open the sunroof by just pressing this button over here. And here we get a button for switching on the lights. You get a place to store your sunglasses, and we have these mirrors over here, which are of course not auto dimming rear view mirrors. And the mirror adjustment controls are normally placed on the doors, but here on the Nissan Patrol we have it here on this dashboard itself. Here we can adjust the speedometer brightness, and also the headlamp levelers are there over here. So the AC vents, they have a different convention to them. Usually you would be adjusting them by pulling this trigger over here, but on this one we can adjust the air direction by using this dial over here. And as I said earlier, the new Nissan Patrol comes with power driver seats, so you can adjust them using the switch over here. It doesn't have memory function of any sort, but you can adjust the seats using this switches over here, and also recline them using this switch over here. And they also do have the lumbar switches as well. In the rear seats we get the same leather upholstery, and also the seats are very comfortable. You have enough amount of knee room, enough amount of headroom, actually ample amount of headroom. And the legroom, well, it's not that much. And this is actually my seat adjustment, so it's not really that much, but obviously you can drag that seat in front to get more legroom. And here in the center we have actually two handrests instead of one. So there's also one for this passenger and one for me. And obviously you can pull out these cup holders over here, which is again a unique feature. So it has two separate cup holders for each passenger, which is actually pretty cool. So yeah, I mean usually you would find just a single folding handrest, but over here we have two, which is very good. And the seats are actually very comfortable and they feel very nice. And the rear passengers also get a rear cooler, which can be activated using a switch over here. So it has this 4-speed climate control at the rear, and the rear cooler can be enabled from the switch on the front instrument panel. So now let's have a look at the third row seats. So you have a small lever over here with which you can just tumble down the seats. So just tumble them down like that. So actually they're not a single fold tumbling seats. You have like a 2-lever mechanism. And right now I'm sitting in the third row seats of the Nissan Patrol, so it's not very spacious. Legroom is well 0, and headroom is actually still there a lot, and there's enough amount of roominess over here. But the third row seats is most preferable for children, as in case of most SUVs. Now what are the differences we're noticing in here? Well, you can straight away identify the differences, right? This one doesn't have spoked headlamps, whereas this one does. This one has a slightly different decaling and badging altogether compared to the one that we have on this one. So actually this one has a full Safari stripe line that goes all about till the rear, but this one doesn't have that. And you can again notice that a dual tone finish for this car, whereas this one is like a single body color finish. The rims are slightly different on this particular Patrol. So you can see that these are the classic Safari rims that you have on these ones. So the reason why I bought this model is that to give you a clear idea of what has changed from that old generation Patrol. It's exactly the same version of Patrol that we're seeing here, Y61, but there's some key differences going here and there. And here we have the antenna, which is there on both the vehicles. It's for the radio, of course. And if you notice on this particular model, you see this sticker that goes all about the car. It's like a Safari sticker. And as we come towards the rear, we notice that the rear tail lamps on this one is actually smoked. If you can see this black finish over here, whereas on the one that we have bought, the 2021 model, it's not smoked. So that's a another difference. Also, you have this pink finish for that reverse light, whereas here it's not there for that. So there's some key differences going here and there, and essentially if you look at it, both the cars look exactly the same. There's not much difference going on. But another important thing is that this one also has the rear fog lights, which is again an added feature, and you also have that extra spoiler on top. So that's basically what has changed mainly from the old Patrol to the new Patrol. Now if we look into the interiors of this Nissan Patrol, we are greeted by this wood finish, as you can see over here, for the AC vents, and also this one has fabric seats, and also many of the finishes are quite different when you compare them to both of them side by side. And the infotainment screen is an aftermarket system and is not really what came with the car. And there's a lot of reasons, the Patrol is still a favorite among the locals, and there's a lot of heritage value that this vehicle has in Dubai. It's more of like an emotional attachment to a vehicle. Like, that's how well known these Patrols are here, and that is the spirit that still remains unlived, and that is what makes the Patrol still one of the best SUVs out there in the market for your off-road purposes. And if you enjoyed this review, please don't forget to click the subscribe button, and also comment down below which part of this review you enjoyed the most. Once again, stay tuned, have a great day, and goodbye.